Today is April 8th, 2015, and my name is Brian Jones, and every now and then I interview my patients, and as you can see from the camera wiggling, this is fairly raw and extemporaneous, and we haven't really rehearsed anything. And with me today is Stephen Huyler, who I've been working with a little bit over 2 years, and he so graciously has said that he's willing to describe his experience and what motivated him to seek this type of care, and what his experience has been, not only with me, but from a holistic sense, what he's been doing. So, Stephen, a little bit of your background, who you are and what you do, and for a living maybe, and then a little bit about your experience with Lyme disease.
I'm a cultural anthropologist. I do field research in India. I write books and curate museum exhibitions. I contracted Lyme disease almost 3 years ago, and was treated in this general, normal way of antibiotics, actually stronger and stronger antibiotics over about a 6-month period. I got sicker and sicker. My system seemed to be breaking down. I felt like I was an old man. I felt like I was about 75. I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't sustain walking. All my joints hurt, and I often had what seemed like a never-ending head cold. I had heard about this approach through biofilm, and Dr. Brian Jones came to try to find out if it might work, and immediately, or very soon, found changes. One of the things that I've liked about working on this and in this way is that I have been a part of the process, an active part of the process of my own healing. You, Dr. Jones, have not only asked me a lot of questions, but given me a lot of information about how I'm healing, and made me a cognitive part of my own process. And that has been wonderful. I, today, and for the last year and a half, have felt vital, strong. Within 2 months, less than that probably, I was standing up straight, exercising well, not sustaining the pain, not having the head cold. My joints didn't hurt anymore, and I just have become healthier and healthier. Yeah. Now I sustain that.
Well, kind of describe, like, what you mentioned, the process. Describe what that process was. How did it start, and then how did it progress, and what some of the topics we spoke about in the overall healing process?
Yes, so my process in working with Dr. Jones in this has been to go into it gradually, to gradually be given different supplements, enzymes that they were explained to me. I became a conscious part of their use, and we gradually built up my system. It wasn't something that I was given a huge batch of medicines, or in this case, supplements, that would overwhelm my system. It felt like we were retraining my body to accept a new approach. And I never felt like I was in the middle of a battleground. I felt like my system was just adjusting, and I really started like this. I started as an old man crouched over, and I was able to stand up straight and beat my chest, be a part of life again. It's night and day difference.
Well, how about from a standpoint of diet and lifestyle? How did that fit in with that? Not only certain supplements that had particular functions there, and so as a naturopath, I guided you in that, but you were a part of that process. So from a lifestyle, diet, regimen?
I have perhaps been a bit unusual in the fact that I have been very careful about my dietary intake, my food, for a number of years. 25 years. What I learned in this process was what foods would activate Lyme symptoms for me. Mm-hmm. What would work in tandem with the supplements that I'm taking? What would seem to fight with that? And because it was natural for me to appropriate a new system, I don't have any problems. I adapted to that rather quickly. From what I understand, not everyone does. For me, it was something that it was a natural, and it made such sense. I felt so much better right away that I continued with it.
So, just to sum it up, in 20 words or less, where you were 2 years ago and where you are now.
When I came into this system, I was concerned that I had to stop working. I couldn't continue with the directions in which I wanted to do. I was incapable. I felt incapable of having a growing, sustaining life. Within a short period of time, I changed from what felt like an old man into a man of my own age, which is in my early 60s. And that I feel very vital. I'd certainly have re-engaged with my profession, even more so, and find a lot of hope for the future.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're engaged in life to the degree that you are, and
I'm very grateful.
Thank you for your graciousness in taking part of this. It'll be helpful to a lot of people. Thank you.